Hi, Pisces, and welcome to your short and sweet messages and predictions, okay? This is for the month of July. As you know, I like to do 2 readings for each sign each month, but know that time is fluid here, okay? So this could be something that you've been experiencing, something that may not happen towards later in the month or even outside of July a bit, okay? Just remember this reading. Also, you can watch Pisces for your Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, or for Venus and Pisces if you want to look at this from a love or relationship perspective, okay? But let's get right into this with what energy is coming in and around you. Inner power. Ooh, look at the lion. I'm going to read this right away. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Ooh, so something coming up for you is you're going to step into your inner lion or lioness, okay? That's part of me right there with that card. There's no mistaking what that means, right? And, but you know, this could be something that you may struggle with the courage or the confidence, right, to do. So let's just get a tarot here. I love it. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Whatever this is, it's going to be calling on you. And this can be with people, groups, work, whatever. Something's going to call on you to dig down and to really, I want to say, have the courage to do what needs to be done, because that's what it's pretty much saying here. And not only is it going to require courage, it's going to require a bit of hard work, I want to say, because the Knight of Pentacles here is very hardworking, very productive, doesn't mind getting the nose to the grindstone, right? I always talk about that. Can be a bit methodical in order to get things done, okay? But very responsible and slow and steady. I call slow and steady Eddie for him and the King of Pentacles. So that is kind of the energy that you may have to take on. It's like, I know what I want. I know what I'm doing. So in other words, you know what it is that has to be done here in order to get something done. Is it in a group with a family? And it's like, okay, enough, you guys. You know what's coming up for me, what they're showing me is when there is, say when a parent or parents pass away. And you have to go through the house and go through all the stuff. And there's always one sibling, or depending on how big your family is, maybe a couple, and they just procrastinate and they just argue over everything, and they just make it a little bit difficult. That's kind of the situation I'm seeing. But it doesn't have to be with family. It can be in whatever area. But it's going to come in and you're going to be like, oh. And it may require the courage for you to stand up to them and say something like, you know what, I appreciate your input, but this needs to be done, and it needs to be done in a timely manner. And if we're going to discuss everything for 2 and 3 hours, we won't be out of here for 3 months. So, we need to get moving here. All right. Because this needs to get done. I feel like you are going to maybe have to step into the leadership role even, okay? Or if not, you're just going to be the very sound voice of reason, okay? But that's going to require courage from you, because maybe you've not done it with this group of people or even person before, right? You've just maybe always gone along, but you can see now that that's not going to work here, and you're going to have to step into something and really, I want to say, call on your inner strength to get it going, to get through. What else do you need to be aware of maybe to help you navigate this? And this is the wishing tree. My wishes grow big like trees. I love that card. Let's get a tarot to go with it. I almost want to say here, it's like you have a vision, okay? I love when I'm a Sagittarius rising. I love big picture. right? I love to look at things big picture. Not everyone does, and that's okay. But, you know, sometimes we're called to do that. But it's almost like you know how this should go. You have a dream, a wish, just common sense, whatever you want to call it, all right? For how this needs to go. You need it to be balanced, right? You know it needs to be balanced. You know that there's choices that need to be made, and you know there's, you know, maybe little partnerships or cliques, we're going to call it, that need to be broken up in order to make this happen. And that may be you. Oh yeah, look, the Knight of Wands. You're getting the knights here. The knights are the doers, okay? So, Knights of Wands are a little more fiery. They're a little more passionate. So maybe they're, okay, they want you to take on both of these energies. There's the part of you that needs to be calm, steady, nose to the grindstone. Let's get this done. But there's also that part of you that maybe needs to, in this case, inspire the action in others to get this done, right? The Knight of Wands can also be very charismatic. Maybe that's something that you're going to have to call on your charisma to make this happen, to get it done, right? I almost feel like you're going to have to adapt here with this Knight of Wands to maneuver and move the people that don't want to move here in some way. I feel like you're going to have to use passion and inspiration and charisma, really, to get this moving with a certain group. You see what needs to happen. And I feel like for whatever reason with the Knight of Wands, you're not hitting anybody over the head with the wand. You're going to use the other side of that Knight of Wands. The ones that's, you know, he's quite a talker and quite capable of getting people to do what he wants. Okay, love that. So that's some advice on how to navigate that inner power energy pile. And again, Pisces, one of these piles may call to you. Maybe all three will, because you can see how they kind of tie together as well. But these knights are action cards, so this is you taking action. More advice or guidance. Confidence, right? Having the courage and confidence. It comes with time and practice. Well, I want to say, on behalf of Spirit, there's no time like the present, right? There's no time like the present. Think it through. You know, figure out, you know what the vision is here. Look, it's even like she's looking out. And it's expansive. I feel like it's almost like she's on, is this like a bus or a train or something maybe? A train maybe? And she's looking out and she's watching things pass by and she's seeing a lot of area covered, right? It's big picture for her. And she's really thinking about it. And maybe she's mustering up that confidence and courage so that she can do this. That's okay. No time, again, like the present to make changes. And look at that. There's the sun. And you know what's interesting? Look at what's shining through the window. This is where I always like to say in my readings, or the way I read anyway, where Spirit comes out with, and when I say Spirit, God, Source, Universe, or whomever it is for you, where they come out with, if you do this, this will be the consequence, right? Action consequence. And they want the sun to shine bright on you. And this is Leo, the lion, which is the 5th house, which is ruled by the sun. They want you to take on the energy of the sun. I mean, it is hot and fiery, right? But they want you to be in the spotlight here. They want you, they may even, if you talk to Spirit during this, they may even help shine the light on what it is and how it is that they can help you do this. You just need to ask. So those are your main messages, Pisces. I'm going to get some oracle cards here for you, and then we will wrap this up. I am enough. Yes, you are. You can make this happen. And as I always say in these things, and I don't know if I said it yet already, you don't have to be a Karen here. You don't have to be, just Miss Bossy Pants or Mr. Bossy Pants, okay? You don't have to be that energy while you're doing this. You do it with kindness and compassion and understanding. And that's what gets you ahead, okay? This, I think it was in the last pile in Aquarius, right? Like, you don't need to be yelling and screaming and hollering and, just bossing people here, there, and everywhere. Kite, vacation. Maybe it's time for a vacation for some of you. This could be its own little message, okay? This could be its own little message of, you know what? It's time to take a vacation. It's time. You may need to take a time out here to really think about how you want to handle this. I also feel that the kite can represent it's a time to take flight, okay? It's a time to take flight, and you're the leader, right? You are guiding this, okay? We also have wall, misunderstanding. Okay, two things coming in with that. One, I think people are going to be shocked by this behavior from you, Pisces, because they haven't seen it before. Or maybe they've just seen a little smidge of it before. I want to say for some of you, and I don't mean this in a mean way, I feel like some of them feel that, they can walk all over you. Because maybe they have in the past, or they just think that they can. Okay? With misunderstanding, I also, like I said at the beginning, I just feel like they haven't seen this side of you before and they don't quite understand it. And it's going to be a little scary for them, okay? Because they're going to be like, whoa, what's Pisces doing here? This isn't their normal behavior. Well, you know what? Something needs to get done. And they're going to see a new side of Pisces that maybe they haven't seen before. And that's why I say it doesn't have to be in a combative way. It just needs to be in an authoritative way because you are the authority here. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. I certainly did for you. Good luck with that. Just know a nose or two could get out of joint here, okay? Be prepared for that. But other than that, you work through it. Look, the sun's shining on you. You don't even know yet. We're not meant to know everything, how that sun's going to shine on you in the end, but it is in some way. So just trust that from Spirit, okay? Thank you so much. If you want to go back and look at some old readings, please do. The messages are timeless. So if there's something in your life that you have a specific question about, go into my playlist and ask Spirit to guide you to maybe, and they could guide you to any video, okay? You just go and watch it. It could be pick a card. It could be your moon or rising sign. It could be your Venus. It could even be another sign altogether. But the message is in there for you and they want you to hear it. So don't be timid to do that if you feel called to. But thank you again, and I'll see you in your next reading.